Monday, and you know what that means. It is time once again for some awesome SAF1 Esports action. Joined this week in the street circuit from Marina Bay in Singapore. I am Matt and I am your host, and I will try to guide you through all this scintillating action to the best of my abilities. Talking of scintillating action, last week was something, wasn't it? Bit of the old school podium there with Conrad, Trav and Mackett all on the podium for the first time in a while. All of them made the same one, and yeah, it's really got the spicy championship feel about it. We have Eugene in, I guess, the Williams brass decided that they prefer Eugene than Nadeem in the Williams. That's a shame, but he's done okay since he's been reserving. Let's have a look at the other Williams, who is on the first flying lap that I can see of the day. So let's see what he does through Sector 1, which is very flowing. Sector 2 is the twisty one. We have 30. You have to pinch the inside curve there, but not too much, otherwise it will put you into the barriers, which are very close and very scary. It's like Monaco, but quicker. And the yellow flag is presumably just someone backing off or getting out of the way of another car who could be on a lap. But yeah, for now we have Phantom coming. It's a Ghost, and we can see him is purple through Sector 2, which is not really surprising as the first person through Sector 2 on a flying lap. Take the chicane, and then you come through the grandstand into the tunnel where the spectators are cheering you on at the top of their voices. And then you take this little chicane here, and it's pretty much full power, a little bit of a lift through here. You clip that corner and then you go across the line with a 35.3 for provisional pole. As it stands, but I'm pretty sure that will be beaten. There's a long time to go in this session yet, but that is a good start. Let's have a look at the Mercedes, who needs to bounce back performance. A lot of things changed in a couple of weeks since things happened before. You have a very tight drivers battle, which somehow Nadeem still leads after his disastrous outing at Belgium. Unfortunately for Conrad, he was also involved in that, but they both bounced back last week. As I mentioned, they were both on the podium, so that was good. And Mackett was another contender which also did that, which is the teammate of Quintin. And let's just get the standings up, and I will guide you through them when time allows. And Quintin is fastest so far. Here comes Speed Knighton, who got his position back after the game gave him a ridiculous penalty which demoted him at the line, but he was able to get that removed, so he did manage to finish P4, which was an awesome job from him, and he's P4 now in qualifying. And here comes the other Mercedes I mentioned briefly a short time ago. Mackett, let's see what he's got in the tank. Can he beat his teammate to provisional pole? Can he get on the front row? There's a lot of time to fill between pole and second place at the moment. Let's just see where he can put that Mercedes. Looks to be a little tight through there. And can he hold it? Yes, he could hold it, but he's only gone P5, which is a little bit of a surprise, I must say, but I'm sure he'll improve later on. And here comes Zander. He's on a quick lap, and it's very, very tight. Okay, I'm on board with the Red Bull, and it gives me a close-up of a Renault. Well, because that makes sense, doesn't it? Ugh. Please EA, fix that next time. I know you'll have nothing to do with it, but Anyway. Here comes Ender around the final couple of corners, and I will go through the standings as soon as this lap is finished. And there you go, he goes P3, so we will go on standings and let's go on board with the championship leaders. He's just started a flying lap. He is on the medium tyre, which is not a bad choice at all for race tyre, so we will stay on board with him as I go through the current standings. Championship leader Trav has 314, second place Mackett has 296, and Conrad is now down to P3 with 293. Nadim is 4th with 229, Phantom 198 in 5th, Ray has 190, Mata has 179, Quintin has 172, Zardi in 9th with 170. Then Speed Knighton with his reinstatement there gets P10 with 145. Matt in the other round at 137, 97 for Caesar, Calvin has 80, Vino has 62, Eugene has 53, Josh has 41, Dukester has 39, Hamrick has 25, Risky has 21, hasn't had the best of luck, and he's not here this week, at least not yet. He might be late, I don't know. And then you have a couple of reserves, and you have Xander and Brandon have no points, and Vacant has 0. But then the constructors, as we just sit on board with Trav as he comes through the final sector, let's see how far up the go. Oh no, or not. He's lost it there, he's broken his wing, he's in the wall, and there's a car coming, that's dangerous. Oh no. That's really tough to do. It's a very tight track, but it's a little bit wider than Monaco, so you can get away with that, but I hope the guys didn't get impeded. Let's have a look at his teammate. As we look at the constructors now, we have Williams on top with 502. Eked out a little bit of an advantage over the Mercedes with 468, and Renault in third place with 450. There's a bit of a drop back to Racing Point on 338. AlphaTauri on 336. Alfa Romeo are 10 points behind them on 326, and then McLaren a bit of a drop again, 157, 135 to Ferrari, and 108 for Haas. And that is all the standings as they are coming in. Conrad has retired. I didn't see what happened to him. I think he may have just decided to go last to first challenge in the race. So anyway, Matt goes P9 in the Renault after his teammates' drama there in the final sector. Just pushed it a little bit too much, knocked a bit of a wing off, and was able to recover. Now let's have a look at the matter, who's invalidated. So let's not look at him. And the DJ is now on a lap. Very good of him. He actually played yeah, in the lobby. I could hear this music playing, and so I cheekily put in the chat, can you play this song? And he did. What a legend. Hope you do well tonight. Let's see what kind of times you got in qualifying. There's a little bit of a wobble coming out of that corner though. That's going to cost him a little bit of time and then cost the Anderson Bridge. And then you accelerate down into the next part of the track. But you have DRS could help you make an overtake in the race, but in qualifying you're free to use it for the best possible time. Let's see what he can do as he comes into the grandstand where the spectators all sit and wait and see what cars they can see. Here comes Killer Bean around the final corner, a little bit of a lift, cuts it nicely, has to hold it a little, and 36, there you go, into 10th. If Calvin's out on soft tyres, and now he's out on mediums. Okay, so he's done his best time on softs, but he's going to beat that on mediums. That's a solid strategy. Let's have a look at the matter. He's invalidated his first lap. Let's see if he goes for it again on the second one. Looks like he's clean so far. Looks like he is pushing. Yep, he's definitely pushing, so we will stay on board with him. As there's a little bit of traffic ahead, but I don't think it will affect him that much. If anything, it might give him a little bit of a distant tow, which could give him a 10th here or there. And let's just see how we can control the car in through the final sector. Yep, seems okay to me. And round the final corner and down across the line, puts it into P3. 34.8. Decent effort there. Vino's just coming. Well, he's going slowly already. Yeah, he's short shifting, so he's gonna go again later on, so we'll come back to him. Let's have a look at Trav's second attempt. As his first attempt, as we saw, didn't go so well, but I'm sure he knows what he did, and just a minor adjustment, and then takes the curbs very nicely through 1 and 2, and then holds it around the outside for 3. That's a good phase to accelerate into the next corner. A little bit of a shift down. You can hug the curb, but other drivers choose to go a little bit wider than that. Either's good, it's all driving style and preference, much like setup is, but that is purple through sector 1. You can invalidate there, so you have to be careful, but he's got away with it on this occasion. There's a lot of oh dear. There's a lot of chances to invalidate your lap anywhere, so you have to be really on it. You have to push, but you can't push too much because you will drift over the lines and across the Anderson Bridge now. And DRS nicely open, so that will give him a little bit of speed boost in qualifying. And purple through sector 2, but I don't know by how much. We will see as he gets to the line. Now, it's going to go underneath the spectators, which is a pretty cool feature I found. And then you come where he lost it last time. Looks like he's taking it a little bit easier than last time, and he's managed to keep it in a straight line this time, and around the final corner holds it across the line with a 33.4. That is going to take some beating. Conrad won't be doing that. You've seen him, you know he's rapid, and if you throw your mind back to Monaco, Conrad was untouchable there. But he's decided that he's going to stay last today, or he's had an issue I didn't catch. Either way, he's not going to set a time in the session. Let's have a look at Calvin though. And he's invalidated. Yeah. It's unfortunate to do that, but that is the perils of this course, and on which you can do that. And Killer Bean is out there, currently sitting in P13, just about trying to warm his tyres up and not get too close to the cars in front who are probably pushing, and you don't want dirty air, which could be a problem in the race. But of course, that is then, and this is qualifying, which is now. There is less than 3 minutes to go, plus a little bit of change. So in about 5 minutes we are going to know exactly who's going to be starting from pole position. And it feels just like yesterday where we started in Australia, and now we're at Singapore. It's quite incredible, really. The SAF1 action never really stops. It's fast, furious, frantic, and fantastic. And we are going to see Killer Bean do the final bit of warm-up to put his tyres in the optimum state for his probable final run of the session. So let's just stay on board with him now. I will keep checking those times and see if anyone ticks on to a lap as well. And Quintin, actually, let's have a quick look at how Quintin's going. He's not doing that good. He's slower through sector 2, so he may well just be able to go again. But let's go back to the McLaren we were watching earlier. Opens the DRS. and finishes sector 1. He is quicker than he has been before. Vino thinks he can't do any better than third, but decent effort there anyway. Takes it a little bit easy around there just to make sure that he can keep the car valid, and we have a latecomer. He won't be able to set a lap, but he will be taking part in the race, so that's good. And there's another 2/10 through sector 2 there, so he's very much going to improve. I think he's going to pop it in the top 10, but let's see by how much as he comes around to where the fans are and under the tunnel. And he's just got a handful of corners now before he can cross the line and put it in a good position for the race, and he keeps it valid there, which is key. You saw the Alfa Romeo Calvin validate there earlier on. It's easy to do, and can you hold it there? 36. He didn't quite get in the top 10 as I thought he might, but that's an improvement in position. And let's have a look at Trav's teammate. Trav is not coming out again. He's happy with what he's done, and it's a decent effort, and I don't know if anyone's going to be able to beat it, but his teammate is purple through sector 2, so let's just stay on board with him and see where he can put this Renault. See how far up the top 10 he can get to help his teammate out in the race. See how far up he can get for his personal pride, and see how far up he can get for the constructors. As we know, it's tight at the top. The Mata won't be improving, and this is the Mata over the line. P3, there you go. That is what you need from your rear gunner teammate, or your teammate. He's another piece for the Mercedes of Mackett and the Red Bull of Conrad to try and navigate in the race. This has got all the ingredients of a classic race, this one. Kind of chomping at the bit to get started in the race, and let's see if anyone's further on in the... Yes, Mackett is further on in the lap, so we'll see his finish, and then we'll find someone else who's on the lap. Let's just see if no one else... Okay, Knight's about to cross the line. He has invalidated, and that's unfortunate. There's front wing everywhere. And here comes Mackett. He's very quick through sector 2, and let's see what he can do as he comes around the final corner. Holds it nice and tight across the line and can only put it in P2, 4/10 off Matrav, and I think that is your pole sitter right there. I don't think anyone could beat Matrav. And Caesar tried to do a lap at the end, but he's not going to be able to. But it's always nice to include everyone, and his Racing Point's been out in the sun too long and got a little bit of sunburn. Never mind. Just see how you get on, and just make sure your setup is good for the race. I don't think you'll be able to do a lap, but it's always good to see that we have 15 cars in the race. And because we have no one else on a lap, we are going to show you the rest of this Ferrari / Racing Point / Caesars installation lap, and we will... Well, Speed Knight lost it at the line there, and the AI has presumably lost it even further on around, so yeah, just checking everything's right with his... I guess he's going to treat this like a formation lap, I suppose. Just make sure everything's okay with the gearing, and... Oh, didn't even see the Phantom had left, but he's made it back, which is always good to see. Let's just have a quick look on board. Oh, is that a... Oh, the Alpha has a puncture there. Anyway, Caesar will be starting 14th, somehow. Despite not setting a time. Anyhow, Trav, as you saw, confirms pole position. Mackett behind him. Quintin the second Mercedes there in P3, Calvin in P4, Matt, the Renault dropped to P5 in the end, so a couple of people improved in the final stages, Squid Team being one of them. Xander P6, Vino 7th, Zardi 8th, Phantom 9th, Matta P10, 11th for Eugene, Knighton 12th, Killer Bean 13th, Caesar 14th, and Conrad is in 15th. And while we have the time, I'd like to shout out to the sponsor Ram Solar Renewable Energy. Always worth investing in solar energy, because with power cuts you still have the use of electricity, so check them out at ramsolar.co.za and thank them later. But it's hard to tell what the weather's going to do. I think it's gonna stay dry, but I don't know. It's possible it could rain here, and we have some moments before the race, the formation lap gets underway, and I'm looking forward to seeing the strategy of those outside the top 10, particularly oh, where's he gone now? Yep, Conrad will be starting at plumb last. Let's see how far up the field he can get on what strategy. I'm going to expect him to be on the medium tyres, and we will find out very shortly what all the drivers will be doing, as there's the lights for the formation lap, and that is what I need. Okay, Conrad's on the softs. I don't know if that was intentional or an error, but a couple of hards, a couple of mediums, very balanced. Very good, and looking forward to this one. The races are always so much better than some qualifying sessions when there's no one on the lap. It feels a little bit awkward, but there's usually always a battle on the track in the race. So let's just, yeah, there's the projected pit stop strategy. Yeah, I'm not going to question anything that comes up on the screen anymore. I'm just going to look at it and go, okay. No one's done the fastest lap, but that is the penalty screen. Just remember that for later. I always get it wrong. But let's just sit on board with Conrad, who's probably got the most pressure on him today. Even though he starts 15th, he knows he has to come through the field, as his championship rivals are first and second respectively in Trav and Mackett. So he's got it all to do this afternoon, but we've seen many times before, if anybody can come through the field, it is Conrad. So I'll be looking forward to seeing his progress from lights out. And Trav just trying to get his tyres all the way up to temperature, the way he likes them. And we can see shortly exactly why they do that, so you can get a better start, get the tyre temperature up so you don't have any issues at all. And I'm just wondering how many safety cars there's going to be tonight, because a track like this does breed a lot of safety cars, and sometimes for the smallest things. But Trav is just getting his car into position now. I'd say it's him, but the AI is probably taking control of it. So we just have Conrad at the back now, who's, yep. And Trav is not stationary yet, so he's not going to be sitting there letting the temps of the tyres go down and the engine go up. Doesn't look like he'll be made to wait very long, so that is a decent formation lap for everybody there. And very shortly it's time to do some racing. 31 laps, 15 cars, no lights though, however, so that's always an issue. Don't really know why. Can't see any lights. Oh, please don't tell me the lobby's had an issue. Looks like it. I think the lobby's had a problem. And it looks like it could be Phantom, as he... I don't know, actually. I'd hate to say anything, but I know he did leave at the end of qualifying, but he did come back in, so I'm not really sure what the problem is. So we will hope to get this race underway as soon as we can, everybody watching. We apologise for the small delay, and I'm not really sure what is going on, but I will check the chat and see if there's anything I should be aware of. Looks like the lobby's broken in some form. Yeah, it looks like it is the disconnection of Phantom that's caused this, so hopefully he will be leaving in a second and we will be able to get this race underway. And my game froze.